Hello, everyone. Excellent. Great stuff so far. I wanted to make sure not to come up on stage to get hit by that smoke and stuff. That's pretty amazing. All right, so yeah, my name is Travis Wright. And all right, I see myself here. Here we go. All right, so just to give you a real quick rundown of who I am. So I started out my first job. I was a radio disc jockey at age 13. And here's a picture of me rocking the DJ booth, age 13. I love those glasses. My mom wanted to make sure I got no girlfriends. Aren't those great? Great glasses, love those. All right, so let's keep going. I've done stand-up comedy since 1995. It was the first time I got on stage. And yeah, no, don't applaud. I'm not that funny. I'm really not. I'm not. So I decided I better figure out this internet stuff, right? So the internet came along and I said, this is amazing. I should build a website for my pathetic comedy stuff. So, all right. I started doing SEO and geo-targeting back in 1998 before Google was even around. I realized that if you're a plumber and you're in Chisinau, if you could get ChisneauPlumber.com, that would be good. Or, those keywords are really, really important. So I was also military intelligence. I was a Russian linguist in the army. Здравствуйте, как дела? Что ты делаешь сейчас? Меня зовут Travis Wright. Говорите по-русски язык и digital marketing. All right. So I am the former global social media strategist and digital strategist for Symantec and Norton, for the Norton brand. It's antivirus. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. Like Kaspersky, right? But Norton. I am the chief marketing technologist of CCP Global. I am a tech journalist as well. As they mentioned, I write for Inc. magazine. That's one of the things that I do. I'm also starting a podcast, hosting that with VentureBeat. I don't know if you guys know that tech publication in the States. And so you can follow me at TW on Twitter. All right, and so who am I not? I am not Penn Jillette. I don't know if you know this guy. Everybody thinks I look like him. He's a comedian in America. Apparently nobody here knows who he is, so that's good. Glad that I put that in there. All right, so today I'm going to talk about, digital strategies and how data-driven we are now. And there's so many silos of data within our organizations, and a lot of times they don't speak very well to one another, okay? So, I've always said search and social sort of work together like bros, right? They're fist pumps, right? But marketing and technology also work together very well. And so it's really important how this integration works. And so that's what I'm going to talk about today is data-driven marketing and tools and technologies that are pretty awesome out there. So, back in the day, have you seen the TV show Mad Men? Have you guys seen that? So they're sitting around drinking whiskey, smoking cigarettes in the office. That's pretty much what you guys still do here in Moldova, right? Everybody's smoking cigarettes everywhere, I saw. So back in the day, we were mad men. Well, now we need to be math men. We need to understand the data and analytics behind things. And so really, it's a data-driven world. And the more data that you know, it allows you to ask better questions. It allows you to integrate your marketing strategies better. It allows you to figure out what's working and what's not working and put more money to what is working. It allows you to know your customer better. And it allows you to personalize the journey of the marketing for each individual customer. It allows you to create better experiences for the customers that you are working with. So if you look at this slide right here, this right here talks about the customer journey. And each one of those columns is a different area of the customer journey. So the first one, you have awareness. We want to build awareness so customers can start doing business with you, right? You want to be top of mind for people. Then they start considering your business. They start saying, this might be somebody I want to work with. And then you can see, they finally convert. They're now a customer. And now once they're a customer, you want them to be an evangelist for your brand, an advocate for your brand. You want them to love you a lot, right? Now, if you notice, all the different channels that are there, the only one that crosses all four areas of the customer journey is analytics, is data. So you really need to understand data very well. And here is a quick slide of the history of marketing, according to Avalanche Media, who put this out. And in 1839, that was the first advertisement ever. And what it was illegal to put a poster on a pole in London. If you put a poster on a pole, you could get arrested because you're spamming my pole. Do not put a poster on my pole, that is illegal. I will call the cops on you. So, and as we've moved through, it's really interesting, you know, the radio and television. And then when we get here, that's the future, it says. It's the future. Well, that's 2007. Here's the future today. You seen this? You guys seen this? There's over 2,000 technologies represented on this. Actually, this is the 2014 one, so there's about 1,000 on this one. But this has doubled in the past couple of years. So not only are we MarTech men now, but we need to be MarTech men and women, right? So we need to understand how marketing and technology are working. And so say, for example, you're just in digital marketing and content and social, SEO. These are just some of the tools that you might want to test and try out. There's over, I think, 400 tools just right there. Who has time to look at all those tools? Nobody, right? I've actually looked at a lot of the different tools, and I bet I've done over 1,000 different demos of marketing technologies over the past 3 or 4 years to test all these different tools out. And what I've done is I've actually put together a slide, a spreadsheet of all of these tools for you. So if you go to ccpglobal.com/rocket, that is where those you can actually download those. All right, so let's talk about a marketing cloud. Now the marketing cloud is essentially any number of these tools that you put together to create your marketing technology stack. And you know, as I'd mentioned, it doubled from 2014 to 2015, almost 2,000 technologies there. Now here's a really cool tool, it's called Ghostery. Now Ghostery is a widget that you can put on Chrome or on Firefox, and what it does is it tells you every technology that is on the site. So if you see this purple bar over here, you can go to any website and it will tell you which technologies are being used on that site right now, which is very helpful if you're trying to figure out what your competition is using or leaders in the space, okay? And here's another example of Ghostery. Now this is the pro version, but this actually shows you how those technologies fit together. So this is Home Depot, which is a home improvement website, a business in the States. And you can see Insighten is right there, a red, that's a tag management platform. And so everything wants, I'm going to talk about this in a little bit, but you want all of your technologies to flow through a tag management platform because it allows you to collect your data. You can put those technologies on every site just like that. You don't really need IT help, right? So this is an example of a good marketing technology stack. They have lots of different tools. They have publishing, you know, advertising tools, privacy tools, widgets, trackers, analytics, et cetera, et cetera. Now here's an example of one that is not very good. One is TMZ, and it's just, there's so many over. I think that's a little bit later on. All right, so what I did was I actually took all these technologies together and smashed them together and made a heart because I love technology. Isn't it great? Technology is really sweet. Then I smashed it and made it into a cloud, all right? Because everything's a cloud these days, right? We don't need a heart. Clouds are cool. All right, so what are marketing clouds? So marketing clouds, you know, people talk about it a lot. Typically what it is, it's a non-integrated solution. A lot of really big companies have spent billions of dollars acquiring these companies. And so there's a lot of solutions out there that don't fit into these clouds, and I'll show what I mean. So, for example, Adobe. This is their marketing cloud they have. How did they build their marketing cloud? They didn't build their marketing cloud. They bought their marketing cloud. They spent about $3 billion buying these tools, these companies, and they're trying to integrate them together, okay? Oracle did the same thing. Here's their marketing cloud. Here's the tools they bought. Here's Salesforce's marketing cloud. Here's the tools they bought. They didn't build them, they bought them. IBM. Here's their marketing cloud. Here's what they bought. It's a lot. So very Frankenstein-y. They sort of buying all these things and putting them together. And let's see if it works. We'll call it a cloud and we'll make lots of money. So all in told, about $11.5 billion has been spent acquiring these companies. Who would like to have one of these companies that got bought? Have $1 billion, that'd be nice. All right. So, tag management is something I talked about. What does tag management do? So tag management is just one snippet of code that you put in the head of your document, right? Then you have a management tool that you can then put all these other technologies inside of it. So you have one line of code on your site, which so it totally increases the speed of your site. It eliminates any duplicate tags. It eliminates any need to put that snippet of code on every single page, right? And so tag management really brings order to the platform. And so there's a lot of different technologies that you could use. Some of them are very expensive, right? Some of them are not. So, but tag management is very important because if you use an independent tag management tool, you could use the best of every one of those companies. So maybe I wanted to use Omniture and I wanted to use Offermatica from Adobe. Maybe I want to use Blue Kai over here from Oracle or Eloqua or Silverpop or any of those other tools in the cloud. You can do that with a tag management system, so you don't have to have the whole cloud purchased from one of those companies. So if you're a small business or you're a startup, I recommend Google Tag Manager. It's free. It costs you $0, and it will speed your site up and will allow you to deploy everything better. So if you take anything away from that, do that. So again, here's another example. Here's Starbucks. Starbucks has Google Tag Manager, which is a very big company, right? So they have, that's how theirs is set up. And here's TMZ. Here's the one that's horrible. Look at this. Wow. They have all these technologies, and it's, I don't know. Whoever is managing that for TMZ probably needs to find a new job because it's not doing it very, look at that. That is it. Let's just throw everything on there. Let's see what happens, folks. No. All right. So what is a data layer? So once you use these tag management platforms, some of them have a data layer capability, and that allows you to capture all of the data that is on all of those technologies that you're using, which will allow you to personalize better down the road, right? You can synchronize all your data, and then you can take that data and send it to every advertiser that you're using, every platform that you're using to monetize your business. They have the same set of data. So look at your assets as layers or dimensions or decisions. So here's the site. Here's a site that's based, it's Telestra, which is an Australian telecom company. But let's look at it from a three-dimensional perspective. So whoop, flip it on its edge, and you can actually see all these different areas of the website, all the divs, all the little areas of the site. And you can change those areas of the website based on what you know about the visitor who's coming to your site. So you can change the content based on the context of the visitor, right? Which is really exciting. So here's AT&T, which is an American telecom company. They're very flat. They're not doing a lot of testing. Everybody is getting the same version of the site. Staples, they're doing lots of stuff. They have all kinds of different areas where they can switch out deals based on what they know. So if they know you're a 70-year-old from Florida in the United States, or you're a 20-year-old from Moldova, they know that, and they're going to give you different deals and different language based on what they know about you, right? Here's ESPN, which is a sports business in America, and here's the wireframe version. So it's really interesting to take a look at all those different areas of the site that can be changed. Here's Facebook, right? Look at all the stuff on Facebook, huh? Everybody's website's different on Facebook, so they got to switch everything out, and that's very complex to do. So does that make sense to you guys? I'm kind of like, some people are kind of like that dog. It's like, what are you talking about? But imagine this. Retailers are spending $1 billion, $100 billion a year. They're losing it because they're not executing marketing optimally. $100 billion, that's like, how many billion Moldovan lei is that? It's a lot, right? 2 trillion. Should have put that. 2 trillion Moldovan lei. All right. So you want to be able to attribute and be able to personalize. You want to know where your money's working. And so, you know, maybe somebody bought on Google, but maybe they saw a banner on Yahoo or they saw an ad somewhere else. And so you want to be able to do attribution, you know, very well. It's very important. Also, CRM and marketing automation. These are two big foundations of your business moving forward. If you're a business, if you're a startup, you want to be able to capture information from your customers, and you want to be able to market, you want to be able to automate your marketing to them. So real quickly, a CRM really is the dashboard for all your interactions with your customers. It's the database, the name, the email, keep track of everything, all your contacts, your opportunities, basically your pipeline of your business. So you want to be able to get as many people in the top of the funnel and move them down to the bottom of the funnel, right? So this basically allows you to be agile. All these technologies that I've talked about allow you to be agile. Like this guy is very agile. Whoops, let me go back here, you guys see this guy. This is a very, very agile man. Isn't that amazing? I want to do a backflip right here just because. No, I'm not, I will not do that. That would be very dangerous. We do not need danger today. All right, and here is an example of somebody who's not agile. Whoa, be careful, dude. That dude was not careful. I love this though, watch, he falls down and he grabs his lunch. He makes sure his food is good first. Somebody asked me, Travis, is that you? And I was like, no, it's not me, thank you. Kind of looks like me though. All right, so as we move forward now, and I'm gonna flip the switch here a little bit and talk about, so we're talking about marketing technology a little bit. We've also talked about here, Shannon from the New York Times was talking about content. Content's very, very important. And why is it important? I think Dragos, he mentioned it as well. Well, people are they're blocking ads. Like almost 200 million people are blocking ads now. That's a lot. And so, what would you rather be doing instead of watching ads? Click. I would rather do anything except being interrupted by an ad. Ads suck, right? Unless they don't suck. I mean, Shannon was talking about some pretty cool ads. I saw that love thing on the New York Times. That's actually pretty cool. You ask a bunch of questions to people, and then you look them in the eye, and they fall in love with you, apparently. So I've tried it all over. Nobody has fallen in love with me yet, so still working on that. All right, so content planning. Content is important. Here are some really cool tools that can actually help you become better at content. So gather content. DiviHQ is a really good tool to help you manage your content, like a content editorial calendar. Scribble Live, if you're a bigger business, really helps you do a lot of things pertaining to content. It allows you to plan and structure and promote your content. If you use WordPress, make sure you use the editorial calendar. That's pretty helpful. Keyword research, very, very important in content, right? You want to know what words are important to your customers. So here are some really cool tools. You guys have access to this deck as well. They're going to give you access to this. So here, Uber Suggest is really cool. There's a lot of really interesting tools. They're just different words to find to see what is going to resonate with your audience. Uber Suggest is really cool, so you can type in a keyword and it'll share with you a bunch of other words. I love that. Good stuff. All right. Help us, Obi-Wan Content Obi. You're our only hope. That is bad, wasn't it? So I told you, that's why I'm not a comedian, folks. I just have gifts. All right, content creation is important. Lots of different areas, lots of different things you can do on content. You can create blogs, you can create videos. Virtual reality stuff is coming on. I've seen a couple of those videos, those virtual reality videos on the New York Times. Amazing. The stuff that's coming out here in the future, you put those glasses on and you know what? You can just put the glasses on, have a seat on the couch, and then go be on a beach somewhere. Be like, I'm going to hang out in Costa Rica on a beach. So hopefully somebody can make something that can smell. So you can be like, oh, I smell coconuts. Nice. That's happened soon. Olfactory stuff. But content, very important. This is a cool slide right here. This is the periodic table of content marketing. So here's all the different types of strategies you can do, all the formats, all the content types, all the platforms and the metrics and the reports and different things, checklists. So this is the periodic table of content marketing. Maybe take a photo of that, Google it. You can go ahead and find that. eConsultancy put that out. Now, if you're in B2B and you're marketing to other businesses, this is the kind of content that's working right now. Social media, articles on your own website, but also articles on other people's websites. blogs, newsletters, personal events, webinars, white papers, online presentations, SlideShare. This stuff is what's working. This is what people are spending more money on right now, specifically in America. All right, so what are some great ways to organize content? Here are some tools that allow you to do that. They're kind of fun to play around with. Here's a couple of my favorite ones. Let me just get to the favorite ones here. Curating content. Nuzzle is one of my favorite pieces of is one of my favorite tools. It's a free tool, but what it does is it takes your Twitter handle and it finds all the people who you follow on Twitter, and then it shows you which pieces of news and which articles are the most important right now, and which of your friends have shared that content the most. I use this tool every single day. You can import Twitter lists in there as well, and it will actually show you, like, if I put all the people that's in this event here today, I could put you in a list on Twitter, and then every day it would show me which articles are being shared by this group of people, it's phenomenal. Really, really great tool. So I have all of my lists are available on there, and yeah, every day I'll go through and then I find great content to share. Love that tool. Here's all the top 250 marketing and PR people in the world. I check that out every day. Another tool I use every day is BuzzSumo. BuzzSumo is a content analytics platform that will show you how many shares any piece of content has online. So if I type in the word content marketing, then I can find over the last day, the last week, the last month, the last year, which pieces of content have the most shares. So you can find the best, most relevant content. Very cool, love this. Scheduling content is important, right? So there's a lot of different tools that you can use to schedule content out there. One of the ones that I like is, let's see here, bulk buffer. So you can actually go on BuzzSumo, find all these great pieces of content around a certain keyword, export a CSV, and then upload it there. And then you can share it over time, which is pretty handy. StartAFire is a pretty cool platform. This actually puts a little widget on the bottom of any piece of content that you share. And then what happens is you can drive content. Like I could share a New York Times article, put my little widget on the bottom of that, and then drive people to my website by sharing a New York Times article, which is pretty cool. So here's an example of that. So here's a little widget. It's an article about Insighten, and it was shared right there. Pretty handy, so you can actually piggyback onto any piece of content. Now, another thing that I've done has been pretty handy is what we call account-based selling, which if you know who you're targeting in your business, we can pinpoint those people. So we did this for a client. They were trying to get into Walmart. And so what I did was talk to, I put out a Google alert. I was listening on Google for somebody from Walmart talking about omni-channel marketing or talking about, data. And the CEO of Walmart came out and was talking about some things. So I said, here it is. So I went to the CEO of my client, worked with the content team, put together this article. And then what I did was I put a little Sniply on here. So, well, this is actually when we're trying to target a Starbucks. And so Starbucks should power their personalization with Insighten. So it actually put a little call to action on any piece of content and put an ad on Facebook targeting only Starbucks employees. Starbucks employees who work at the headquarters in Seattle. And what was interesting is we targeted 2,563 employees, HQ executives, and we got 556 clicks by Starbucks employees. It's a 21% click-through rate. That actually helped them close a $230,000 deal with Starbucks. So Walmart, same thing, right? Created an article there and targeted 7,125 Walmart employees, got 1,108 clicks. They're about to close a $700,000 deal with that. Didn't spend more than $1,000 on ads, and we got in front of all the most important people. So it's really cool. It's just like, woo! That's nice. You can just count that all day. It never ends. So if you want to wake up in the morning with a little positive affirmation, look at that. Except it's the same $100 bill every time, so it doesn't really work. All right, so the interest graph on Google, very, very important. And you can also do the same type of stuff on LinkedIn as well. LinkedIn is more expensive, though, than Facebook ads. Keep that in mind. Promotion and influencer outreach. There's some different ways you can actually reach influencers. BuzzSumo is one of them. You can actually find authors of content that's heavily shared, reach out to them. You can also find people who are sharing that content and reach out to those people. So BuzzSumo, a really cool tool. Little Bird, that's a really great influencer platform as well. You can find any influencer, any topic, any location with this tool. Phenomenal, great stuff. Also, what do we have next? All right, so say you see this piece of content right here. Ann Handley wrote this great piece of content. You go, oh man, how do I reach out to Ann? I want to reach out to her. How do I reach out to her? So here's some great ways. First of all, you could find her email address and send her a little friendly email. Hey Ann, I'm a big fan, longtime follower. I'd love to, I saw that you did something relevant and we made this that we think you might like. You know, if you have any suggestions, please let me know. You could email them that way. Maybe you want to find their email address. Here's a great tool called Voila Norbert. And you can actually type in it and pretty much find anybody's email with that tool. Conspire is also another great tool which allows you to find relevant people. Again, BuzzSumo, you can tweet them, say, hey, marketing profs, I think that was pretty awesome of you. Let's see, you know, we created this that you might like, right? So you can talk to them via social. Maybe you can include them in an article, right? I've done this before, included some people in an article who I wanted to reach out to, and that worked out pretty nice. So that works their ego a little bit. Outreach is another great tool, especially if you're a startup and you're trying to reach out to people on an ongoing basis. This actually automates your sales process in communications. All right, you can review stuff and say, hey, we reviewed the latest guide for marketing profs right here. Here's our review of that. So you just want to be building relationships with people. It's very, very important. And you know, maybe you can to reach out to other people who share stuff similar to them. So building relationships is what's really important today's day and age, and so keep that in mind. Also, it's very, very important to engage your employees. If you have employees at your company, make sure they're sharing your stuff, because people trust your employees more than they trust your brand in a lot of times, right? Very, very true. If you're trying to find more sales leads, Lead IQ is a great tool for that. You can actually go on LinkedIn, click on anybody, it will try to find their email address. A lot of the times it does that, pretty handy. You can export that all right into Google Docs. Nimble is a very, very good social CRM platform. So you can actually pipe in your Twitter account, your LinkedIn account, your Google account, and it actually will show you all of their social activities in one place. Phenomenal tool. I love Nimble, right? Competitive analysis, Track Maven is a tool that's pretty awesome. It actually shows you everything they're doing as far as advertising. Gives you all of it says, here's what they're doing on email, here's what they're doing on social, here's what they're doing on search. Everything, you can see it all in one platform. Pretty good stuff. Moz, great stuff to check out for SEO. Clear is a great tool for social analytics to see what your competitors are doing as well as yourself. Nerdy Data, great platform to figure out, you know, who is using which technologies. So maybe I want to reach out to people who are only using Marketo or they're only using Salesforce, and you can do that with that. Same with BuiltWith. Phenomenal platform. Love these tools. You can actually see, so all these platforms, all these technologies, you know, you can figure out who's using them, and then you can do outreach and connect with them. So again, ccpglobal.com/rocket. That's all my tools, and the presentation is available there. And here's some more resources. Here are some more. Write all those down real quick. Get all those right down. So there we go. All right, here we go. The end. Watch out. Oh, thank you.